Hey everybody, Dave here, and we're back for your second C++ tutorial for beginners. In the first one, we downloaded Dev C++ so that we had something to run the program in. And you also see that the video is in widescreen format now, and it will remain in high def so that you can see everything a little bit better. Plus, it'll save some file size for me and help me get these tutorials to you faster. Okay, well, we left off in Dev C++, so what we're going to do is we're going to start a new C++ project, file. So go to File, New, Source File. Now, what this does is this opens up the page, and we're going to be writing our code right here. Now, the first thing that we want to do, now, other C++ people that write tutorials will probably not emphasize, but for me, it's a big thing. It's a good habit to have, and it's one of those things that when you get in the professional world, it's great to have. Plus, it really covers your butt because people get to know who wrote the program. Okay, so the first thing you need to learn is 2 forward slashes. Now, 2 forward slashes mean that everything on that line is just going to be a note. The compiler is not going to process it at all. So, it's just a little note for you to know and for others to look at the program to know exactly how sections are set up, also just giving specific information that the computer doesn't even process. So what I usually like to do is put my name, Dave. I like to put the date. Today's the 9th, so 3-9-2011. Yep, it's 2011. And what the program does. This one's just going to be a tutorial program that prints stuff to the screen. Oh yeah, go ahead and put it on there. Screen. Okay, period. And then we're going to go down a couple lines. Now that whole line of thing will not do anything. It's just a note for you and a note for anybody that ever looks at your program that your name is Dave, you wrote it that day, and that's what the program does. Okay, so now we actually get into the coding, and the first thing we have is we have to tell the compiler how to process the program. So the first thing we need to include is number sign, include less than sign, greater than sign, and I just like to put both of them at the same time just to make it easier, and type in IOSTREAM, IOStream. Okay. What this does is this tells the command window, which is where the output's going to be, the little black screen, that we're going to be doing output to it, and we're going to receive input from it. Okay, the next line you need is using namespace std semicolon. Okay, what this does is this says that we're using the standard library, and in this library there's certain names of certain parts of the program that are actual commands and not just text. And you'll see as I explain ahead. Okay. Next, the main body of the program is built on what's called a function. So, and this is the basic setup of every main function. int main open close parentheses, open and close curly braces. Then you're going to go to that line, that line. There we go. You always want to indent and make everything look nice here. I kind of want to tab this over a little bit and make it look pretty. Yeah. We'll do that later. Okay. Now, everything that happens between the two curly braces is your actual main program. Now, inside this main program is where you declare any variables that you might be using, like numbers, or letters, or words. You designate output and input, and all this stuff happens in here. And one thing you have to know is that everything must end with the semicolon inside the main function. It ends the line of code and lets the computer know that what each line does and where to stop. Okay. Now, the include IO stream means that we have the ability to send output to the screen. The command for that is called cout. And the cout, you have to have two less than signs. It's just think of them as arrows telling it that something is coming out to the screen. Now, anytime you write text, you must write it inside quotation marks. And now, if you look at a bunch of these other programs and these other tutorials, they do this stupid hello world. I don't like it. I think it's boring. So, this is my tutorial, and I want to make it special for you, so let me put this. Dave is very cool and loves his subscribers. Exclamation point. Yeah, Dave's very cool and loves his subscribers. I think that points out everything really good there. Okay, let's go. Now, now you can have multiple things coming out on the same line. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I usually end each line with this command end line, and we gotta have the semicolon. And what this does is this tells it that after it prints this line out on the screen, to go down to the next line. So what I'm going to do is just copy and paste that, because Dave is very cool a bunch of times. Go to the next line. And we're going to print it out on the screen 4 times because I love you a lot and I am very cool. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to write we want to make sure that we can see the screen, because what's going to happen is it's going to run this, it's going to be a blink, and then the screen's going to go off. So you need it to stop. So this is what we need to write now. System, make sure to spell that right. System, quotation marks. Now between this quotation, you need the word pause. What that does is tell the window to stop and not close. Now other people say don't do it, but we're just writing a basic program right now, and later on I'll show you a more professional way to do it. But right now we just wanted to stop. Okay. Now up here in the main here, it says integer. So what it is even though it's not doing anything, Dev C++ requires you to do this. So I'm running out of time here, so I'm just going to go real quickly. So you have to type in the command return 0 semicolon. Okay, now what we're going to do here is go ahead and run this program here. Hopefully there's no errors. You go to execute, compile and run, or you can push F9. To actually save it, I'm just going to save it as tutorial. Express for that one. Okay, and see, that's what it did right here. And that's the end of this tutorial. Thank you very much. I'll continue in the next one.